If you're over 60 and think calling for help is enough to survive a heart attack, think again. Most people don't make it because they freeze, they panic, they wait too long, and when you're alone, those lost seconds are deadly. I've worked in emergency rooms for over 30 years, and I can tell you this with absolute certainty. Your survival doesn't depend on luck. It depends on what you do in the first 60 seconds. Nearly half of all heart attack deaths happen before the patient ever reaches the hospital. That's not a guess. That's data straight from the American Heart Association and Harvard Health Publishing. Here's the part that shocks most people. In many cases, the person could have survived if they knew just a few basic actions to keep their heart and brain alive until paramedics arrived. Simple moves, scientifically proven, used by doctors, and easy enough for anyone to remember. In this video, we'll cover 3 doctor-backed techniques that can literally keep you alive during a heart attack. Even if you're completely alone, these aren't gimmicks or myths. They're medically sound, tested and recommended by cardiologists from Mayo Clinic and NIH studies across the United States. And if you stay till the end, you'll hear about a technique so effective it can double your odds of survival, according to published research in the European Heart Journal. By the time you finish this video, you'll know exactly what to do if the unthinkable happens. Before we start, tell me something. Have you or someone you love ever experienced chest pressure or that sudden shortness of breath that makes you worry, could this be my heart? Drop your answer in the comments below. I read every comment like it's a real conversation in my clinic. So let's start with the first life-saving move, the one that decides whether your brain stays awake or shuts down completely. Tip number 1, the immediate oxygen response. When a heart attack strikes, your body's first reaction is chaos. Your breathing quickens, your heart races, and your blood pressure spikes, all of which make things worse. Panic is your body's natural instinct, but it's also the one thing that can end your chances of surviving alone. The key difference between those who make it and those who don't often comes down to one thing: how quickly they can regain control of their breath. Doctors at Harvard Health Publishing refer to this as the immediate oxygen response. It's a simple, science-backed breathing technique designed to stabilize your heart rhythm and restore oxygen flow to vital organs when your circulation is compromised. In other words, you're teaching your body to stay calm and efficient while under attack. Here's what happens inside your body when you do it right. Breathing deeply through your diaphragm, the dome-shaped muscle just below your lungs, triggers a process known as proprioceptive relaxation. This action signals your vagus nerve, which acts like the brake pedal for your cardiovascular system. Activating it slows your heart rate, eases blood pressure, and reduces the strain on your heart muscle. Essentially, you stop your heart from overworking while it's already starved for oxygen. Here's exactly how to do it. The instant you feel that crushing chest pressure or wave of dizziness, stop moving. Sit upright with your back supported and loosen any tight clothing around your chest or waist. Place one hand on your stomach and the other on your chest. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, feeling your belly, not your chest, rise. Then exhale through pursed lips for 6 seconds as though you're gently blowing through a straw. Repeat this cycle continuously until paramedics arrive. A study in the Journal of Cardiopulmonary Rehabilitation and Prevention found that older adults who practice this type of diaphragmatic breathing increased oxygen flow to the brain and heart by nearly 20% compared to those taking shallow chest breaths. That difference means clearer thinking, steadier hands, and a stronger heart when it matters most. Take the story of a 72-year-old woman in Denver. She felt sudden pressure while folding laundry. Instead of panicking, she sat down, loosened her blouse, and began slow, controlled breathing. Paramedics arrived to find her conscious, alert, and with minimal cardiac damage. Her doctor later told her that her breathing may have saved her life. Think of your heart like an overworked engine running on low fuel. Panic makes it redline. Calm breathing slows it down. Oxygen is survival fuel, and your breath is the throttle. Control it, and you control your chances of living long enough for help to arrive. Now, if the pain continues or you feel your vision starting to fade, breathing alone won't be enough. The next step is a physical technique that can literally keep blood flowing to your brain when your heart can't, and every cardiologist should be teaching it. Quick pause. If you're learning something new or realizing how simple habits like breathing can actually keep your heart alive under pressure, make sure to subscribe right now and leave a like. I appreciate the support. Now, let's get back to the video. Tip number 2. the chest pump technique. If your vision starts dimming, your arms feel weak, or you sense that you're about to lose consciousness, do not let yourself fall. Collapsing can cut off what little oxygen is still reaching your brain. Instead, you can trigger your body's natural emergency reflex to keep blood moving. It's called cough CPR. And while it sounds strange, research in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology and studies cited by the NIH show that it can sustain blood flow and consciousness for several minutes during cardiac arrest or dangerous arrhythmias. Here's the science. Each time you cough deeply, your chest muscles and diaphragm contract sharply. This contraction increases pressure inside your thoracic cavity, the space around your lungs and heart, which forces a burst of blood out of the heart and into the arteries. That pressure wave pushes oxygen-rich blood toward your brain, effectively acting as a manual heart pump when your real one is faltering. Here's how to perform it. If you begin to feel dizzy, faint, or notice your pulse fading, take a deep breath in through your nose. Then cough hard and deep from your diaphragm, not your throat, as though you're trying to clear phlegm or blow out a candle across the room. Repeat this cycle every 2 to 3 seconds. Inhale, cough, inhale, cough. You should feel a firm tightening in your chest and abdomen with every repetition. That tightening is what generates the internal pressure to push blood through your arteries. According to doctors at Mayo Clinic proceedings, this technique provides temporary circulatory support. It's not a treatment for a heart attack, and it won't restart a stopped heart, but it can maintain minimal circulation long enough for professional care to take over. In hospital studies, patients who performed strong rhythmic coughs during arrhythmia episodes stayed conscious long enough for defibrillation and emergency intervention, outcomes that significantly improved their chances of survival. Let's look at a real case. A 69-year-old retired mechanic in Austin, Texas, experienced severe chest pain while working alone in his garage. When dizziness hit, he remembered an old cardiac workshop where his doctor had demonstrated cough CPR. He began deep rhythmic coughing every few seconds. By the time paramedics arrived, he was weak but fully conscious. His attending cardiologist later confirmed that the pressure generated by his coughs likely preserved his brain oxygen levels and prevented irreversible damage. Still, there's one rule you must never forget. Cough CPR is only for those who are awake, breathing, and able to coordinate their actions. It's not a substitute for calling emergency services, taking aspirin, or starting CPR on an unresponsive person. Think of it as your body's last-ditch backup system, something you can use to stay conscious long enough for help to reach you. And once you've bought those precious minutes, your final step is ensuring rescuers can actually reach you in time. A small detail that often makes the difference between survival and tragedy. Quick pause. If this video's been helpful so far, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe. It really helps the channel reach more people who need this kind of life-saving info. Alright, let's get back to the video. Tip number 3. The access and alert strategy. Once you've stabilized your breathing and kept oxygen flowing, the final step is ensuring that help can actually reach you in time. You'd be shocked at how many heart attack victims never make it, not because their heart gave out immediately, but because emergency responders couldn't reach them fast enough. That's why every cardiologist I've worked with, from Cleveland Clinic to Harvard Medical School, teaches what's called the access and alert strategy. It's simple but often overlooked. Unlock your door, stay near your phone, and maintain an open communication line with emergency services until help arrives. Imagine this. You've called 911, but you lock your front door out of habit. You collapse moments later. Paramedics arrive in under 6 minutes, but spend another 2 breaking through the entrance. Those lost minutes can mean irreversible heart damage. Studies from Mayo Clinic show that for every 10 minutes of treatment delay, heart attack survival drops by nearly 10%. That's a 30% difference in outcomes for something completely preventable. Here's what you should do. The moment you suspect a heart attack, after dialing emergency services, unlock your main door, or better yet, keep it slightly ajar. Sit where responders can see you clearly when they enter. Keep your phone on speaker mode beside you, ideally on the floor or table within reach. This allows dispatchers to hear your breathing and provide real-time instructions while your hands remain free. If you use a medical alert system or smartwatch with an SOS feature activated immediately, many devices now transmit your GPS coordinates directly to emergency centers, shaving off crucial minutes of confusion. Some even alert family members at the same time, a lifeline if you lose consciousness before medics arrive. One 78-year-old widow in Phoenix survived her heart attack precisely because of this. After dialing 911, she remembered to unlock her door, sat in a visible spot near her entryway, and placed her phone on speaker. Paramedics reached her in under 7 minutes and began treatment immediately. Her cardiologist later said those few simple actions likely halved her recovery time. This is what preparation looks like. It's not about luck. It's about stacking the odds in your favor long before crisis hits. A bottle of aspirin by your bed, your phone always charged, your spare key accessible. These are small habits that build an invisible safety net. Quick pause. If you've made it this far in the video, tap that like button if this has been valuable, and hit subscribe because the next videos will dive deeper into senior heart health and emergency response science that can save your life or someone you love. All right, back to it. You've learned how to breathe, how to keep blood moving, and how to clear a path for help, but survival doesn't end when the ambulance arrives. It continues with what you do afterward and how you prepare your body before the next crisis even begins. The aftermath plan. When paramedics arrive and your heartbeat steadies, that's not the finish line. It's the beginning of your recovery. Surviving one heart attack means your body is warning you. What you do in the weeks that follow determines whether it ever happens again. Doctors at Johns Hopkins call this stage cardiac prehabilitation. It means retraining your body's natural response systems, your breathing, circulation, and muscle coordination before the next crisis ever happens. The good news? The same principles that kept you alive also build long-term protection. Controlled breathing enhances neural firing efficiency, which stabilizes heart rhythm. Gentle daily exercises like walking, stretching, or light resistance work activate mechanotransduction, the process where muscles and connective tissue communicate directly with your heart's vascular system, improving circulation and repair. Think of your recovery like this. Every heartbeat you strengthen today becomes a deposit toward your next emergency. The more efficient your breathing and muscle control, the more time you buy yourself in a crisis. That's why cardiologists at Mayo Clinic now teach post-recovery patients to combine diaphragmatic breathing with seated posture training and light mobility work. Even if it's just standing from a chair 10 times a day, these small functional moves enhance what doctors call time under tension, training your muscles and heart to tolerate stress without panic. And preparation doesn't end there. Keep these habits consistent. Store an uncoated aspirin tablet near your bedside and in your kitchen. Charge your phone every night and keep emergency numbers visible. Practice that 4-second inhale, 6-second exhale once a day, even when you feel fine. Tell family or neighbors about your access and alert plan so they know what to do if you ever call for help. Because the truth is, surviving alone isn't luck, it's readiness. Your body can be trained to endure shock, maintain oxygen flow, and stabilize long enough for professional care, but none of this works if you don't take it seriously before the next attack. So, if you're watching this right now, promise yourself you'll act today. Leave a comment below, tell me where you're watching from, and if you already keep an emergency plan or aspirin nearby. I read every single one because your story could help someone else survive their worst night. If this video gave you something useful, please like it, share it with your loved ones, and make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next one, where we'll break down the 5 warning signs your heart gives you days before an attack and how to catch them early. Stay calm, stay prepared, and remember this: knowledge is power, especially after 60. The stronger your awareness, the better your odds. Thank you for watching.